Hey gang, so we have tried to keep these daily vlogs or every other day vlogs pretty positive for you. However, to be completely truthful, we're pretty fed up with our current quarantine situation and our campground, so we have decided to leave. So we're doing some of the final touches to get ready to leave tomorrow. So I have, you know, our tanks emptying. I actually have a flush going right now on the black tank, and Jason is outside doing an oil change that we've been pretty overdue for. So yeah, it's just putting on some last minute stuff here. How's it looking out here?
Good. About halfway done.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Going good?
Yeah, going great.
Good. Are you ready to leave?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so when Jason's done with the oil change here, we're gonna go over the reasons as to why we're choosing to leave and where we're going. Okay, so it is time to fill you in on what we've kind of been going through, what's been happening, and decisions that have been made. So we are not loving our current situation, which is kind of unfortunate because we ended up in Thousand Trails, which Thousand Trails has been reacting amazingly to the COVID-19 issues, allowing people to extend stays if they've been in parks, and each Thousand Trails is having to adhere to local and county regulations that are being put in place. So I know not everyone in the Thousand Trails system is happy right now because some people were trying to get to parks or were waiting, you know, kind of moving a little slow, and then their reservation got canceled and now they're mad they can't get in parks. But I would say the majority of people are pretty pleased with Thousand Trails, and I can say personally we're very pleased with Thousand Trails and how they've reacted to this and how they're allowing full-timers to stay, and they have a billion balls up in the air because, you know, they're all over the US, so each park is having to adhere to different county laws, and they're staying really on top of it. So with that said, we don't like this park.
Yeah, you might have watched our 2019 in review video, linked up here. Yeah. And we mentioned this as our least favorite park that we've been in, probably period, over just for me overall. It's my least favorite. It is such a great location, and in terms of a pandemic, it's actually beautiful. Like, we're actually got a great site, even in this park, like right on the stream. We actually have cell service from our RV, which is a luxury at this park. Yes. But
so the main complaint with this park is their cell service is severely lacking. We are, I'm not exaggerating, we are literally in one of the 10 sites out of the couple hundred that they have here that can even get cell service. We see people driving up to where we are. There's a little like parking lot across the way here, driving up here to talk on the phone and then drive back to their site. Yep. So that also makes internet extremely painful for us, which for us is linked to our money. So if we're not being able to make content, write content, upload anything, we can't upload anything. These daily vlogs that we've actually been making for you while we've been here, we have to drive out of the park about 5 miles, sit on the side of the road and upload the video from our hotspot. So it's painful, to say the least, and it's affecting us mentally. It's slowing our productivity down, and it's having an all-around negative attitude about things that are related to our work and things that are related to our money, and it's stressing us out.
Yeah, it's hard to make video calls or just pretty much do anything on the internet here. So all this stuff that...
Lunch is almost ready.
So trying to make calls, trying to do anything on the internet, which is such a big part of our life, is grueling. And the problem is, and the reason why we've been here so long, is that it just barely works. And so we'll start to work on something, we'll sit down, and then like we'll click a button and it'll take a little bit longer than it normally does, so we'll get in the habit of like picking up our phone or anything else, and it just destroys our productivity. So that's the number one reason that we need to get out of here, is just to start working. The second reason that we have to get out of here is something that normally doesn't bother us, but because we've been here for so long, it's our neighbors. Yeah.
I know. We're not going to get too into the reasons why, because we're not going to sit here and talk a bunch of crap about strangers. Although we could, but we're not going to. But just know that is the second factor for us. It is another big reason that we are choosing to leave, is that, our neighbors are just not conducive to us working, our privacy, being able to have our dog out. We aren't comfortable, basically. And it's to the point where we're already in a world pandemic, and we've always kind of had the thought process of let people live their lives, so we don't want to start a confrontation, we don't want to make things even worse. So that's just another reason. It's it is what it is, and that's that. We've never been occasionally, I guess, like a neighbor has irritated us, but it's never to the point of this. And what's adding a lot of stress to this situation is that it's, we can't leave. Normally, if we don't, on the rare occasion we don't like a neighbor or something, we're just like, well, we'll be out of here in 5 days, doesn't matter, or we're out exploring, or we're really engrossed in our work. But we don't get to do any of those things now, so it's just added this extra layer of stress and frustration to our daily lives.
Just another reason.
Yeah. And then another big reason for me is allergies. I can't express to you how awful the pollen is right now. I am in pain every single day. I've never been in pain for my allergies, but like literally my sinuses are so awful. I'm, taking my allergy medicine every day, like clockwork, yet it's not doing anything. My eyes are constantly watering. It looks like I'm crying almost all the time. And, Carmen's getting affected to it and from it as well, because she does have like pollen allergies as well. And it's heartbreaking for us to see our dog like I know that sounds so silly, but
she gets Benadryl, but still,
Yeah, she's not doing well with the allergies either, and I'm getting a bloody nose every single day. I'm like,
we're burning through those tissues, those
burning through those Costco tissues.
And I think another big thing is that we're getting very antsy on the inside, especially San Diego. It's not really like where we're from and where we have lots of friends, but it's close enough, and the fact that we can't go and see them is difficult, and it's kind of one of the reasons that we're here.
Yes.
No going to the San Diego beach, no exploring around here.
Right. Our friends and family are so close, and we can't see them right now, so that is very difficult for us. It's tempting, and the way I worded it to Jason when we were kind of going back and forth of what to do and listing our pros and cons, sadly having family and friends close is a con, because I'm weak. I want to go see them. I want to hang out with them. And if they, if one person says like, hey, we're breaking quarantine, or, like, we're going to be bad, we're going to go out, we're going to, have a little gathering of more than 10 or whatever the rule is, we would most likely say yes. to be perfectly honest. This is very difficult for us to not see our friends and family. So to make a safer decision and to be responsible, we are choosing to leave. And we have told everyone we will be back, you know, and it will be even more fulfilling and glorious to see people that we love and miss.
So you may be wondering where we're going, and that actually took about 2 days for us, because you wouldn't think it, but when you're stationary in an RV and you're used to traveling, you kind of look at RV parks in a little different light. Usually we really don't care about amenities or anything that's at an RV park, or how it looks, how close you are to your neighbors, because we're off and exploring. We just, you know. Yeah,
we don't put too much thought into the RV park itself.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's going to be uncomfortable for a week. Big deal. I'm going to be out exploring then. All right. But since we are planning on being stationary for at least another month, that's all we're thinking in is a month-long period. Yeah. We went up and down. We first looked along the coast here in California because, you know, we still thought about staying close to family and friends in case the bans got lifted and we can go hang out with them and picking up our trip from where we are. But all the beautiful RV parks that we wanted to stay at, where we could be outside and still take Carmen for a walk and just be happy and have fast internet, in California are very expensive. So the parks we've looked at ranged from $1,700
to $3,000.
Yeah, so
they weren't offering any type of special deal.
Yeah, so. And there's no amenities open, so none of that like extra stuff that they put into these RV parks
matters. Yeah.
It was purely location.
Yeah, we definitely weren't gonna do that.
Nope.
So we decided, okay, let's leave California, and that's when we just started looking elsewhere. And we still wanted to be somewhere kind of close that if an emergency back home happened and we needed to come back, we could do the drive in a day. Yep. So anyway, all this to say, we're moving to southern Utah. We found a park there that is offering a special rate for full-timers, and it's like a shelter-in-place rate. Their typical monthly rate, we looked it up, was around $2,100. So we will be paying $800, which is still a decent amount for a monthly spot, to be perfectly honest.
We found cheaper spots, but once again, this was like a very affordable rate for, this is like top 10 RV resorts.
Yeah, so. It's listed as like the #1 RV resort in Utah. So it's close to outdoor activities. We can go on walks. We can be in a beautiful setting. We're going to have a nice spot that Carmen can hang out in and be outside. And when we called and we were talking to them and asking questions, because we were being extra picky this time around, they said normally this time of year they're completely full because, you know, they're obviously a seasonal campground, and they said they're only 1/3 full. So it feels good to support a campground that is hurting from all of this stuff happening, and it feels good to be getting such a good deal for a great campground. Yeah. So we think this is going to be a good decision for us. Since we made it a couple days ago, we have already started to just feel better. My gut is telling me that this is the right decision for us, and personally I will endure a lot before I make a decision to change, because for some reason my brain feels like it's giving in, because everyone is saying hold still, shelter in place, don't move, don't travel. I listen to rules, like to be honest guys, I love rules. It's odd, but so I feel like I'm breaking the rules. I feel like I'm caving and giving in. So I just mentally kept telling myself, I need to deal with this. We need to deal with this, you know, and like trudging Jason through like what we thought was the right thing, because you're kind of the opposite. If you're uncomfortable, you change immediately. Yeah.
Why live life uncomfortable?
Yeah. So it was really Jason that kind of sat down, and after like another day of bloody noses and crying and being frustrated, and he was like, okay, we need to make a selfish decision. We need to think for ourselves and do this. And that's when we decided, yeah, moving is the solution to all of our problems. That's where we're at. We want to keep you guys in the loop. We want to be open and honest. So we have a couple more things to finish around the RV to get it ready to hit the road.
Yeah, it's gonna be a longer driving day. Usually we would split something like this up into 2 days, but we don't want to stop anywhere. It's still like 500-ish miles, which we've done before in a day, but that's usually on like our long cross-country drives. I think as long as we get everything ready today, so we shouldn't have any problems.
So we do have masks. We have gloves that we will be using to pump fuel, and we have planned our route, and we are having minimum stops, and we will not be, you know, socializing with anyone or, you know, going in anywhere. So we have our fuel plan stopped. We can do everything from outside of the pump. So we feel confident that we're making the right decision and that we're going to do it safely.
Minimizing risk.
Minimizing risk for sure. So as I said, we do have a couple things to finish up around the RV, so we're going to spend the rest of our afternoon getting that stuff done. This video has gone on long enough, so we will take you along tomorrow on our, I feel weird calling everything an adventure, but we'll take you along on our trip going to our new site and let you know, obviously bring you along for the journey like we always do.
Yeah, moving in the pandemic.
Moving in the pandemic.
You'll have to see it tomorrow.
Yes. Alright guys, well, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. You can hit the little bell next to the subscribe to get notifications since we're not on a schedule posting anymore. So hit that bell so you know when we post videos, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.
Oh, you're so pretty.
Thanks.
It's weird because the closer I get, the more funker I look. Alright, I have, what is this?
It's just your face, babe.
Okay. Actually.
Oh my goodness!
Hey.
Woo!
All we're doing is eating.
Hey, we're breaking quarantine, or, you know, like, we're gonna be bad, we're gonna go do, damn it. Hold on, just hold still.